Beautiful morning in Golden Valley County, Highgate, Montana. So several years ago, I decided that I wouldn't sell horses. I was doing some auctions and getting some horses made and going to just seeing what happens when you're trying to sell horses to make a living. It was changing my horsemanship. Like, there were things that I was doing that probably, anyway, long story short, I decided I'm gonna not sell horses. And so, for my horsemanship, because I wanted to make it pure and not have a reason for doing something except so you can think about that or however you want to interpret it. But so anyway, I feel like when I watch horse sales and things and people are standing up on horses, and that's one thing that, like, I wonder, what does that really have to do with horsemanship? Besides the fact that you can stand up on a horse, and that's probably a good thing. And then the other thing I think is really funny is when they pull the bridle off and put the reins around the horse's neck, and then the horse isn't near as precise or handy, but people just seem impressed with that. If you want to really impress somebody, take your bridle off and hang it on your saddle horn and cross your arms and ride them. That'd be something that would be impressive. So anyway, but that's the negative side of it. The positive side, when I think about if you're going to sell horses and really create a horse that has a reputation of a horse that's really good and really handy, then becoming a horse seller could create a great horseman because of all the things you want to do. And like, the first thing that I want to do is have horses that I can catch out in the pasture. And so if you can walk up and catch a horse, well, that's great. I usually bring a halter with me, but today I don't have a halter. I just have my string. And so I've never ridden him this way. So this ought to be interesting to see how we get along. I come out here and catch him with a halter and ride him in and just tie the halter around the neck and then take him on in. But I don't have a halter today, so I'm gonna try it. First thing I do is get on, so I'm gonna get him to come down here in this ditch, and so I'll see if I can lead him with this thing. So a horse that's easy to catch, and that to me is a horse that first of all, you can walk out in the pasture and catch him and he doesn't want to leave you. Now, some of these horses, like Jackson, he doesn't want to be caught. These two are good. The gray horse, he's not going to let me walk up to him out in the pasture. So that's a nice thing. And they either learn that it's easier to let you catch them than chase them around the pasture for 3 days, and you can get that mindset, or you can have the mindset of a horse that like, he just would rather be you have the right kind of pressure or presence with him, that he would rather be with you than away from you. There, I made that. Now I got this little string here, and I'll just well, if he runs off, he's not one that's apt to run off anyway, so we'll just ride him with little string. So that's a good thing. And then I gotta see if I can stop him. I can't. So I hope my horses don't run off. So that's one good thing, having a horse that's good to catch, and then having a horse that's good to load, and having a horse that's good to be around other horses. So there's all these little things that you can do that you just imagine you're going to sell your horse to somebody else and make him where somebody else would have a desire for him, and that'll make you a better horseman. So all these things, it's how we look at them. Do we look at them in a way that are positive or negative? And becoming a horse trader or horse salesman can be a very negative thing for your horsemanship, and just creating stuff that doesn't really matter for horsemanship, but people that don't know, it'll impress them, and then you'll sell them a horse for way more money. And boy, I see that right now. Like, the folks are good at popping whips and standing. The same thing with the colt starting deal. For a while, that was the thing that really won you stuff. And now I'm so glad it's kind of come back to normal and good horsemanship. So life is about learning and figuring things out. So selling horses can be a bad thing, but selling horses can make you a great horseman too. So that's what we're trying to do, is create horses here that are handy, safe, fun to be around, and allow you to expand your horsemanship to improve your quality of life. I'll just shut up now for a minute and we'll just ride. See how it works out with my string. Oop, my gate didn't come open. All right. This gate only opens one way. All right, so see. Whoop. This string around his neck here in this situation is really going to help him to. Okay, you got to turn away. Don't turn two away. It's really going to help him to figure out what I'm asking him. Like in a horse sale situation where you're going fast and he's just wallering around on the end of it, his head's upside down and all that. Whoop, 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 stop here. So see, he's got to learn to stop here. Ooh, good. I got to turn him to the right. So there we go. Good. But it's a real nice way to, in this situation, it creates a nice feel with this string around his neck. He's got to think his way. I'll ask him to stop. So he's just pushing through it at first. I'll move it back and forth a little bit, seesawing it. That'll get him to responding to it better. With you got to just be careful he doesn't push through it. All right, monkey, you're a nice horse. Well, that's nice. So we'll finish up by getting, I gotta use my left leg here to get him to look across to the left. That's the thing you don't have with this thing around his neck, is the ability to put his, like if I want his head to come to the left here, I can't put his head to the left with my string, but I can get my leg and his back behind my, where my butt is, and I can draw his mind out that way. That's what you got to do when you don't have control of the nose. And that's why we ride with something that hooks onto the head, so you can take the head first and then the feet can follow. Ask him to stop, step back. Well, that was pretty good. Now I'm just going to step off, say thank you. Well, there's some thoughts for you to think about on horsemanship and ego and all those things.